You want to do this 30 for 30 style? What if I told you you could fast forward through life
in a world?
Everything that matters. Click is next. Oh, Scooter, welcome to the pod. You're making your debut on this pod, I think. We might have had a trial prior to this one. Well,
yes.
Maybe we did do a little. I'm going to keep that a secret. That's going to be in the vault. It's going to be in the vault. Maybe we'll do that as an anniversary pod. But joining, I'm your host, Shane Hall. Tonight, joining me, my brother from another mother, Scott LaRue, aka Scooty. I asked you to come on, A, because I need to talk to you, but B, this fucking movie makes me think of you because this actor makes me think of you all the time. Click is the movie we're going to review tonight. I know you've seen it a bunch. I too have seen it many times. What are your thoughts when I asked you to come on and do this one?
Well, you asked me, you said, hey, we want to do a pod. I was like, yes. When? I just need to know. And you said, we're going to do Click. And I was like, let's do it. Well, we're doing it Monday night. So it's definitely one of my favorites. Chris and I used to watch it all the time. So excited to talk about it today.
It's the best, man. So it's not a, for those that haven't seen the movie or haven't listened to the pod before, we'll get into a bunch of stuff. We'll talk about quick facts of the movie, who it was up against that year, all that kind of stuff, some sneaky behind the scenes things, some financial things with it, our favorite scenes, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into all of it. This movie, I remember thinking was going to be a typical like Sandler comedy. This one hits way harder. And I think it's probably his most underrated movie that he's done in the last 20 years, post, Waterboy and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely has some classic Sandler moments, but it's like the full range of emotions from comedy to like a great storyline. And then there's a little bit of sadness there too. And it makes you think about life. And so it is like, it's a typical Sandler movie, but it's also an atypical Sandler movie, which is why I think is like a pretty amazing movie.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's why I liked it. I like it because it does have some of his goofy stuff in it, which is usually pretty damn funny. For whatever reason, he's always got like some O'Doyle in like every movie. He's always got like this a like typical cast that makes their appearances and stuff. So there's some familiarity there, but this one is just I don't know if this is like the beginning of his hard hitting stuff, because he does have like oddly emotional moments in a lot of his movies, but they're not dramatic movies. This is the best of it, though. Let's get into the casting stuff, because this movie came out 2006.
Yeah.
Pretty good year, if I do say so myself. Budget was $82.5 million. Box office $240 million worldwide. So it's a fucking hit, dude.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad. So this is written by the guys that did Bruce Almighty, directed by the same guy that did Wedding Singer and Waterboy. It's still a Happy Madison production. For those that haven't seen the movie, the plot of it is overworked architect Michael Newman, played by Adam Sandler, is gifted a universal remote that lets him control reality. It can rewind, fast forward, pause. At first, it's his dream come true, and then it starts auto skipping his life through work stuff, through marriage stuff, through kids, and until he's dead. So it's a fucking hard-hitting movie in a lot of aspects, but there's still some funny Sandler stuff in here. Um, Rotten Tomatoes score. You want to take a crack at what the critics thought of it?
I was gonna look before, and I decided not to. I bet they ranked it pretty low. I bet it's like a 40.
34%.
Okay. That's why I feel like all the movies I really enjoy, Rotten Tomatoes is the
Yeah.
complete opposite. So it's
1,000.
of course. Yeah.
Dude, Rotten Tomatoes. So like a lot of the movies that I enjoy the most are the ones that have pretty bad or mediocre critics reviews and excellent audience scores.
Agree. What's the audience score on this one?
66. So it's like a little bit of a sleeper. It's not quite
It's
what I
almost
would
double
hope.
the Rotten Tomatoes score, so it's the people know.
It's a very watchable
Yeah.
movie. It's not something that I'm like, oh wow, you have to see this before you die. But it's in that next tier for me of like fun movie to watch. If you're on an airplane, you haven't seen it before, like turn this thing on. It's a good movie. It's a nice reset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, this gets nominated. It's the only movie that Sandler uh, is nominated for an Oscar for.
Really?
Uh, yes, it's best makeup.
Is it up to this point or that it in total?
I think in total, it's the only Happy Madison film to earn an Academy Award nomination. He might have. I don't know that Righteous Gemstones or not Righteous Gemstones. Jesus Christ! Which, by the way, hysterical
So,
show.
so
You know
good.
what I'm talking about? That what's the movie?
Yeah.
Uh,
Are you talking about Uncut
Uncut
Gems?
Gems. That's
Yeah.
it. I feel like he was nominated for something for that too, but I don't think that was a Happy Madison production.
I don't think so.
Um, there's a very distinct look and flavor to them.
Yeah.
But this is peak 2000 Sandler. So he's got a couple of your other favorites as well. I know you're a Sandler guy.
Mm-hmm.
51st Dates.
Not one of my favorites, honestly. But Sandler in it is funny. It's just not
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
No, but
Um,
it's a sweet movie.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good ones in that era.
He's
Um,
carved a freaking niche in this like rom-com realm. He pulls every like gorgeous chick in Hollywood for
yeah,
all of his roles. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be the judge here. Like Sandler's not a bad looking guy, but he's got to be charming as hell because every person that works with him always walks out of there saying they had a great time doing it. And he
yeah,
was awesome.
yeah.
This also comes out around the time Longest Yard comes out.
I was just looking and I saw that. So it was in 2006.
Yeah.
That's his only movie he made that year. And
Interesting.
mostly he's made multiple movies a year, but this was the only year he did not make two movies. They did a re-release of his Eight Crazy Nights, but this is the
Uh,
only full screen cinema release new for him in 2006. I can't get the years right.
yeah. No, I got you. This
So pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This opened number one at the box office, um, which I thought was impressive.
Yeah.
Then it kind of fades away. I mean, honestly, we might have like if you look at our like movie list that we have to review on this pod that is in the hundreds, I would say like half of them are from that 2003 to 2008 ish range.
Golden age of comedy, really.
The golden age, man.
Yeah.
So this kind of gets lost in that a little bit. Plus, it doesn't like stick to one specific genre because it is so emotional. So it's kind of I don't know teetering a little bit on both. Um, but it's pretty good. Now it is that we'll get into career highlights and casting stuff. I can't remember the order, and maybe I should have gotten on IMDb or something before this to see the order of his filmography. But I feel like this is like the movie where he starts bridging away from the goofier stuff and taking more dramatic stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Right after it, he had a right. So this is one of his first like rom-coms, right?
Yeah.
typical rom-com. But then, you know, uh, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, which is a comedy, but it's also a romantic comedy.
Right.
Bedtime Stories is also follows that, which is
Yeah.
a very romantic comedy with his love interest. And then Just Go With It, where that's with Jennifer Aniston, where they go on vacation together. She's his assistant.
Another
They
pretty good one, man.
so this was like as the beginning of like the next 5 years where he wasn't really making those goofy movies, right? Well, he threw in Don't Mess with the Zohan in front of
Uh,
there, but that was probably his goofiest in that range. But yeah, he went a little bit more serious with his comedy, but I think maybe that's with his age as he grew, he was
yeah.
doing comedy that was with his target audience. So yeah, I mean I think there's no bad era of Adam Sandler comedy.
No, no. It's just it transforms with the times and stuff. But I think what makes him so likable is that he is a genuinely like wholesome dude, and even like his comedy and stuff in the movies, he's one of these guys where you kind of know what you're getting when you sign up for one of his movies, like a Vince Vaughn or an Owen Wilson. I just need those guys to play those guys
Yeah.
in every movie, and I'll go and watch it. It's too.
Yeah.
I love being around him. He's kind of like that, but just like he's so charming and quick witted, and got this like everyman quality about him that I think people gravitate towards.
Agree.
We have Kate Beckinsale in this movie. She plays Donna Newman, the wife. And boy, Donna aged like a fine wine.
From the beginning of the movie to the end, just absolutely stunning.
Unbelievable, man. So like I read in my research before this, she was a little nervous about taking the role. And it's because she's coming off Underworld, Van
Mm-hmm.
Helsing. She's got another Underworld sequel that comes out, I think, before this one, before Click. And so she's got all these like badass movies, and she's worried like, oh, I got to play kind of a pretty housewife type role. I don't know if it's going to fit, but she ended up meeting with Sandler, and they hit it off, and it was an awesome experience. She's thrilled she did it, and fuck, so am I. I could just watch her on screen at any time. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what she's doing.
I agree. She's one of my favorites. I think she's a great actress, and she looks good doing it.
Oh, she looks fabulous. But no, she plays that role very, very well. And I don't know. I think as I have, and I'm probably stepping on something we'll talk about later, but when this movie comes out in 2006, in my teens, 15, 16, 17, something like that. And I look at it from like kind of the perspective of not really the husband, but as like the son to Henry Winkler, who plays the grandfather slash Adam Sandler's dad. And so I always kind of gravitated towards that, and I kind of felt the gravity of the other side of it, where he's got kids of his own, and now he's got to watch them like grow up with somebody else being their dad. And that part, I rewatched this like 5 days ago, 4 days ago. That part hit me way harder now that I'm a father. It's like, God damn. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, how could you possibly, like in my younger years, how could she possibly leave Adam Sandler? But then God, dude, I've been married long enough. And I feel that part of the character so much more now than I ever did.
Yeah,
And it helps me understand her character a lot more, and why she did stuff that she did. And so I don't know. That's my two thoughts on it.
yeah. I mean, I agree. It's as a dad now too, right? You look back and you're like the importance of just being there for your family. You don't always have to be perfect, but Click is like one of those movies where it's like all he had to do was show up. He kept pushing his kids to the side. He kept pushing his kids to the side, his wife to the side.
Yeah.
And I mean, it happens, and that's to me, and I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I'm showing up for everybody in my family and to avoid something like that ever happening. But yeah, I mean, makes you think, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah,
well, what actually is important in life? And that's, that's a good takeaway from it for sure.
exactly. And that's one of the big themes of the movie. We get he's a favorite on this pod, Christopher Walken.
Oh, great character.
We get Christopher Walken as Morty. Morty is somebody who works in the Beyond department of Bed Bath and Beyond, and is the one that sells Adam Sandler this universal remote that can control his universe. So, um, the character's weird as shit. Perfect for Walken. um, I kept thinking to myself, who else could have been in this role? I'm sure there's some other guys. I always compare him and Pacino and De Niro and like that class of actor. But he's so good at playing creepy, man. It's hard to think of others in that role. I feel like if Pacino was in there, he'd just be trying to hit on the wife the whole time. And
Yeah, I mean,
Walken did not. It was nice.
yeah, he's got that like creepy, weird, interesting vibe to him, right? Like you don't
Yes.
know what to put it on him, but nobody can play it like him. I mean, he's hilarious, but also like kind of creeps you out sometimes.
Yes. Yes. I don't know what he's thinking or what he's up to. He's very mysterious.
Yes, absolutely. That's the word right there. He is mysterious.
He's very mysterious. It's incredible character. We also get the Hoff, David Hasselhoff. He gets talked into playing Adam Sandler's boss at this architecture firm. Um, we'll get to the Hoff later. I don't know what he was doing in 2006, but it wasn't a whole lot of movies, so I think he was great. Um, we got Henry Winkler playing Adam Sandler's father. He is the coach in Waterboy. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff, but that's probably his next most famous role for me, I guess, would be coach in the Waterboy.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, I got range from him that I did not expect from this character.
Yeah. I mean, he.
I'm not going to step on one of my best favorite scenes, but he was fucking great.
I thought he was too. I mean, he's that dad and grandpa you want, right? Like he's always wanted to do stuff with the kids, like, you know, calling to see if he could hang out and come over, and it's like it is a typical, family to have somebody that involved, especially from a dad side. It's not always like that. And it's like he wanted to be involved, and like he'd come show up at work, he'd come do all these things, and it's that's a unique thing to happen, and it's a cool spot that he's playing.
It's a great part, and if it's not played correctly, it can ruin the whole story.
Uh-huh.
And I thought he just played it so well, being this, happy go lucky, just wanting to be a part of everything, just wanting to be there. I mean, you said it, you don't have to be good, you just got to be there.
Yeah.
And he shows up at all times. It just happens to be Sandler doesn't have his priorities right.
Yep.
He focused on work and sees all this stuff as a burden and not as a gift that it is. So, um, his mom is pretty good in it too. Julie Kavner. I've seen her in some stuff, but I'm not going to go through her IMDb. We get Sean Astin as well. He plays the swim coach and Speedo that ends up being the stepdad to his kids later in life as things fast forward on the remote. Little known fact, we also get a Jonah Hill in this movie. Did you know that?
I think I saw him in. At first I thought it was the other cameo guy that is in. He works at Bed Bath and Beyond. Nick Swardson.
Oh, yeah. He's in there.
But where's Jonah Hill?
So he is Ben, the son, at 17, the fat one.
Oh, is he really? Well, you just watched it, so you would remember and go back.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember. I don't remember that at all. And then when I watched it the other day, I was like, "Holy shit, that looks a lot like." Oh my god, that's Jonah Hill. That was a nice surprise. We also have Jennifer Coolidge playing Janine, uh, who I think is the wife's sister, so his sister-in-law who just cannot.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
insane. She's burned through three husbands, is on the prowl for a fourth. Um, she's a sight in this movie. So yeah, that's your cast, man. Honestly, it's a pretty damn good cast for 80 million bucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was rewatching Stranger Things, and Sean Astin is in there, and he kind of plays this similar role, like, where he comes in and he's trying to, like, I don't know, he's just kind of there, right? In Click, he's not really a main character, but he kind of just, like, he's around, right? And you know that he's like the stepdad. And then in Stranger Things, he's like he's Bob, and he's the guy that comes in.
Yeah,
He just, like, everybody loves him, and so he's like, but he's there, and he's not a main character, and he makes a couple sacrifices here and there. But to me, they have, like, similar roles in that instance. So I forgot that he was even in that, and I was like, man, I've been rewatching Stranger Things. So
yeah, that's true. God, he's a great bit part player
yeah,
like that. Like you said, it's got to be like I've never seen him do anything dark. He just doesn't have the face for it. So if he did, people would be like, I don't fucking believe this guy.
yeah,
It couldn't possibly. He's been in my life for 30, 40 years,
it's
and he's
crazy.
never done anything bad ever.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's so true. He plays that so well. And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, as much as I feel for Sandler's character, if my kid ever has to have a stepfather, I guess I would rather it be a Sean Astin type who is just like a teddy bear,
he
and
just seems like a likable guy, right? Like, he
he's
just
just a
seems
like
like yeah. Every role, like you said, he's just seems like a nice guy. Like, I want to
yeah.
be friends with him.
He's like a neighbor that you would hang out with, and you're like, I don't even know if like I just there's something about this guy. I like this guy. He's just fun. He's just cool to be around.
Yep.
That guy. Ugh. Um. Okay, we can do a quick break here. Oh, let me note that here. There is no. I'm trying to think. Was this a career highlight for anybody?
I don't think so. I mean,
It has like it's got like some sneaky behind the scenes stuff to it.
yeah, but
Like
I mean, just looking at the cast, and nobody, like, this was their best movie ever, right?
no, I mean none of the main cast. I mean maybe you could say that about um I don't know, maybe you could say that about the daughter. What else has the daughter been in?
What's the daughter? That's Tatum McCann.
Katie Cassidy. No, no, the older daughter. Whew, good lord. What else is she in? I mean, doing stuff, but looking at her IMDb, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
but she was barely. I mean, she wasn't in it too long.
no, no. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. There's no peak here, and nothing worth
Yeah.
discussing, anyways. But Dustin Hoffman's kid played the son when he was
Yes, he
older.
was
Like,
older. Yep.
yeah. So,
I didn't realize that was his kid. Wait, Dustin Hoffman's kid?
mhm.
Really? They don't look alike.
Jake Hoffman. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's some cool. There's like another. Oh my gosh, there was another uh little tidbit that I found on another bit part, another famous Hollywood person. But anyways, um, so we talked about Sandler pivoting a little bit from goofy stuff. We talked about Walken's oddball fucking energy that just rips through him on screen every time. Let's see, the dad's little coin trick.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me write some of these things down.
He does that in real life.
Does he really?
So Winkler will do that coin trick in real life for people. It's just something fun that he does, I guess.
I think it's an homage to the movie.
Maybe, maybe he gets asked apparently, based on my limited research. Every now and again, somebody will be like, "Hey, do the coin trick." The remote's design was based on an early 2000s Sony DVD player remote, which I happen to fucking remember that thing. Looks like a boomerang. Um, it was humongous, man. This movie was actually inspired by a Goosebumps episode,
Really?
which is weird. Um, the lead singer of the Cranberries appeared in the wedding scene singing Linger, and that cameo inspired her to reunite the band.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Uh,
I like that song. I actually downloaded it on
it's a great song, man.
my iTunes, or I guess what's the iPad Mini or the iTunes Mini? What is that little one called? The Nano or something?
The Nano. Oh my God, you still have a Nano? God,
Yeah.
I miss all my iPod stuff.
I still have all of these songs on my iTunes, and I'm like, when was the last time I downloaded music bought a song on Apple? And it was a long time ago.
a fucking long ass time ago.
Yeah.
That was a cool little tidbit. Did you know that the part that was for Adam Sandler was actually originally written for Jim Carrey?
Really?
It's a different movie.
I don't think. Granted, they're both. I think it just fits Adam Sandler much better because he doesn't feel like he feels like he would like he dresses like that in real life. Like he's playing his character, right?
Yes.
Where you can see like lapses where I feel like Jim Carrey would like maybe over comedy it, if that makes sense.
He's got a lot more physical comedy with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, agree. He's a little bit more animated. And I think this role was for somebody a little bit more laid back, like Sandler.
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, his character is on autopilot basically during this.
Agree. Yeah,
so you need that. You're not going to be able to pull that off with Jim Carrey. I thought that was interesting though, because I mean, the closest that Carrey has gotten to this before his like, weird dramatic stuff, which I don't have an interest in watching, and not that he's not a good actor. I'm sure he's great, but I don't really care about that stuff. I like his comedy stuff. He's like, closest he's gotten to this is Liar Liar, where you can see his relationship with his son and his ex and trying to get back together. And he's good in that. I love Liar Liar. But I don't think
it is one of my favorite movies too. But I think this one's a little softer. I think it's a little bit more emotional, and that was more comedy, I think.
Apparently there was a rumored alternate ending to this where there is no happy reset and Michael dies for real. It wasn't a dream.
What was the so it just ends there? Is that what it
Yep, it's just done. It's like, wow. The studio was like, well, that tested like shit, so get the lighter touch out there. Get that one out there.
I think you need the comeback. I mean, I think because the very first time I saw it, right, I was like, I'm like, okay, this sucks. And he keeps going further and further in the future.
Yes.
Like, it can't just end like this, but like it makes you think it's going to end like that.
It fucking does.
But if it did, I'd be pissed. Knowing what I know now, right? Like if I was to watch it again and it just ended with him out there in the middle, like crying with all the rain and his whole family around him, I would be mad. I'd be like, I'm not watching that again because I don't want to go through those emotions again to be like, damn, that's real.
It's fresh for me, bro.
Yeah.
When I watched this a couple days ago, I cried through like the last half hour of this.
Buddy.
It was terrible.
It's sad, dude. It's sad,
dude. So let's get into best scenes. And the one that sticks with me, that gets me every fucking time, is when he rewinds to hear his dad one last time.
I wrote that down too, Shane. It is like so emotional, but like also very sweet, right? Like
Yeah.
he recognized that he couldn't be there in the moment. He's like, I need to hear him say goodbye again.
Yeah.
And like you can see, but then like as he's walking, his dad is crying, and you don't see him cry very often, right? Like he doesn't break,
Yeah.
and it's like, God damn, like why didn't you just do that the first time?
Yeah. And he's screaming at himself. It's like, I don't know. I feel like everybody has been there at one point where you're mad at your parents or mad at somebody that you love and you feel angry, but then when you realize you're losing time every day and you think back on the moments that mean the most to you, and sometimes it might be little shit that other
Yeah.
people wouldn't think of, but it's just,
You,
bro.
you want to hear something funny or not funny, but ironic, right? So when I was writing Dale's best man speech, I had this idea of time, and I went back and I looked at this movie again about like, and it just gave me a little different perspective of
Yeah.
like why time is so important, and like you can't get it back. In the movie, he got it back, but like you can't get it back, and like that scene right there is like the moment where you're thinking to yourself, time is so precious, like don't waste it.
Well, wow, holy shit. It's a nice reminder that it is finite. This is not, we're
Yeah,
not here forever.
agree.
Oh God. So yeah, that's
But
the scene that sticks with me the most. But you like this hospital parking lot scene.
well, I mean that one is it definitely is emotional too. But I mean, if I'm gonna go, we just did a little one that pulled on your heartstrings. I'm gonna go a comedy one,
Okay.
and it's when Hasselhoff is telling Sandler that he's got to work over the 4th of July after he just did all this. He pulled an all nighter. He's been working really hard, and he's pissed because he's got plans. And so he's got the remote, and what's he gonna do? The first time he stops it and he just smacks him right in the face. And he's like, then he unclicks and he's like, "Oh my! I just got hit by a truck or a bus or a
Yep.
train or
Yep.
whatever." And then he keeps talking again. And then he stops it again, rips a fart right in his face, and he stops and he's like, I taste shit. And that was like one of the moments that I just was dying laughing. You're not thinking in your mind like, man, I wish I could do that. I would. There's been so many times in my life where I'm like, if I just had a remote to
If I
stop
had a
time,
remote to fucking punch
yeah,
this dude real quick.
and just act like nothing happened. That is the perfect depiction of
You
it.
know, I've been at moments sometimes where a headache comes on real strong, and I'm wondering,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
somebody had one of the remotes.
It does. This is a movie where you like, man, I could have a remote so many times to just stop it and do this, stop it and do that, and it's like you can't
It
do
would
that.
be incredibly convenient. This is like AI ahead of its time, though. As this fucking remote starts
Maybe,
learning
yeah,
and starts skipping stuff that it's like, oh yeah, you wanted to skip this last time, and then he starts freaking out. He's like, no, 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 no. Ends up skipping years ahead of time.
yeah. I mean, I think that's a hidden message, right? Where you are, you, he's like, skip to when I'm not sick, and then every time he clicks he's like, it's just going to do it. It's going to remember stuff just like AI, right? So it's training that remote to be just as smart as AI,
Exactly.
and it's scary, man.
This was Chat GPT before it started.
Yeah,
Back to
not gonna
click.
lie, I used it tonight.
We always do.
Yeah,
We love it. It's a
yeah.
great tool. Great tool. I touched on it. Hospital parking lot scene, dude. That one breaks me. I don't like it. I love it, but I don't like it.
I,
It's
yeah,
a
I think
hard one to watch because you
that
feel this frail old man. You know that he knows I'm gonna die if I do this, but I have to. I have to tell them goodbye and I'm sorry for missing all this stuff and for not being there, not being the dad that I wanted to be, that I said I would be, not being the husband I said I would be, all of it. And then
yeah,
like the end, pouring down the rain, is in the parking lot, dying, he's got his whole family around. The person that means the most to him, his ex-wife, gives her this little note that he finally gave her, and she starts crying because it's the callback to what he wrote on her napkin when they're on their first date.
Yep.
That's like, oh, he didn't actually ever stop loving me. He just lost himself, which happens, man.
I think there was also a glimmer of like Kate Beckinsale falling back in love with him in that moment too, because
Agreed.
like she was so disconnected, and then he's giving this memento that like you're still there, I still love you, I don't forget this stuff, and I think she was asking for that the whole movie, right? And
Yes.
it just happens at the end. So I think she's even more emotional in that time because she recognizes that he's doing what I want him to do, but it's too late. And then you jump back, right? Then you and then it's that's what he does. It's like a bad dream, right? A bad and a good dream. You learn things from it, but it's if it was real.
Here's the thing, though. Like this is one of my poking holes. If it's a dream, the only way the movie works is if it's a dream. Which noted. I forget my dreams fucking instantly
Yeah.
when I wake up. How does he remember all this stuff? Or does he just remember the feelings of, oh my god, I'm gonna fail them, and maybe that's it. And it sparks him into this frenzy that he goes
Yeah.
on. But
Yeah.
yeah,
There's another good scene too. I can't remember. Maybe you can help fill in some of the blanks for me. But it's when Michael gets invited to dinner with the Japanese client, right?
yeah,
And Hasselhoff is just blowing it because he doesn't know how to communicate with these guys. They're losing interest. They want this idea that he's like, no, it needs to be like this, and they're like, no, we want. And so he's changing the language on the remote to understand what they're trying to say. And so he's like, all right, we don't need all this stuff, and he clears everything out, and it just looks like a strip club, right?
yeah,
That's what it looks like. And he's basically like, okay, he connected with them because he changed the language, he made the deal, and that sort of sets his career off to get more work and more work. And so that to me is one of the scenes that spiraled everything because he just showed up not knowing anything, used the remote for good, and now he's like, man, I can do this with this thing.
yeah.
And that took the movie to the next level.
You're 100% right. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, once he figured out, shit, I can win with this,
Yeah.
then all bets are.
Win and do it easily, right? Like that's like took the shortcut, didn't
Yeah,
prepare, just showed up to dinner, and he's like, all right, I don't know what these guys are saying, but they look pissed. Switch, change, done. Easy. Click of a button.
I kind of wish I had that.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Some days, man. Yeah.
Not gonna lie. There's also a few quick scenes in here scattered throughout with him fighting with the neighbor kid.
Okay.
It's just always great. He's just like at war with this little like 8-year-old kid, and
Do
his
you know
son
what
is always like comparing himself against it. Oh man, well the Doyles have this new gadget or whatever, and the kid's always like, "Yeah, you like my gadget? It's the best in town." And then Adam Sandler will like run it over with his car and be like, "Not anymore."
Yep. Yep. I
Just
remember that.
a lot of shit like that. That's funny.
And
Um,
the O'Doyles. They're the O'Doyles.
it's
Yeah.
always the Doyles, man. I guarantee, dude, the Doyle family, if they're a real family that he grew up with somewhere, has got to be kicking themselves.
Yeah. they,
Fuck, man. Every
they've
single
got to be real.
movie we're getting crapped on.
Yeah, they're definitely real. Trying to not
Um,
name the O'Doyles, but they're out there.
they're fucking out there for sure. You got any best lines from this movie?
Uh, you go first. I mean, I think they go along and go in line with my favorite scenes, right? Like Hasselhoff saying "I taste shit" is like one of my favorite lines. Just it's really quick. You know, just because it's what I would say, right?
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, I think the things that have stuck with me more is maybe not just lines, but scenes, right?
agreed.
So, I, yeah. What about you? I mean, any that stick out to you
Uh,
since you're fresh?
Not really lines. It's just him skipping back to their first date scene. Um, and like, oh my God, I can't believe she's going to kiss you. Look at that thing on your face. What is happening? He's shitting all over himself, but then his, he's like actually got decent game, and he's writing notes and passing notes with this girl that's way out of his league
Yeah.
that ends up being Kate Beckinsale, the wife. Um, I don't know his best lines. It's just him writing down the stuff on the napkin. I just that stuck with me. Um, he's got good one liners in here, but nothing that jumps out to me.
Yeah, nothing that I'm repeating on a daily basis.
No, not like that. What's aged the best? I mean, we've talked about some of it, like emotional weight of losing time. You know, the familial aspects of this. I think Winkler's performance is even more endearing now than it was back then.
Yeah.
Just probably just because of where I'm at in my stage of life.
Yeah. I mean, I take the time thing the heaviest too. That's what stuck with me the most is just not wasting your time, not thinking that you can get through time to get more time because you can't.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get through time and that's gone, right? Like 5 seconds ago it was gone.
Yep.
So you got to make the most of it. And so I think that's what, especially as a dad, right? And kids that need our support. It's like I want to always be there for them because one day I'm not going to. That's just
It's a reality.
what happens in life. Yeah, I mean, it's not always going to be that easy, but I'm able to do it now, and so why not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Plus, think about it from their perspective. It's pretty fucking awesome having parents around that are super involved. It sucks. Um, what do you think about the Sandler fat suit?
It's classic. It's always classic.
So I wasn't sure. All right, am I going to put that in what age the worst or what age the best? I would say best. I actually thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty damn good. That's what I think they won the makeup thing for,
Really, really.
or were nominated for. I think it was this fat suit and aging people up.
I do. Yeah. Well, I mean, even to that point, maybe it's not makeup, but I think who they've got playing the roles as the kids and the adult kids look like they'd be the aging of those characters, right?
Yeah.
Like they match them pretty well. Where some movies you're like, okay, there's no way that little kid looks like that now. And so I think the boy and the girl they aged appropriately with the movie, and I think they just really good casting.
They did do a nice job on casting. Um, what age the worst?
It's a good question.
You could.
Bed Bath and Beyond as a business, probably,
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
because nobody goes. I mean, why if he's trying to blow off steam, why is he going to Bed Bath and Beyond?
What was he going there for?
That's what I was trying to remember. I think he needed to blow off steam, and he's like, was it camping gear? Like, was he going there to get camping stuff? Because they were.
It was. Oh my god, it's gonna eat away at me for the next couple days. I gotta find out.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now too. See what they say. He was going to look for a
For
universal
the remote.
Yeah.
He was pissed off because he kept hitting 6 remotes, and like one would open the garage, one would turn the lights off.
I guess that's a big miss on our part. That's the whole point of the movie.
That's the whole point of the movie. God damn, boy.
Jeez.
Shit.
Yeah, but Bed Bath and Beyond, to get a remote like in 2006, I mean, I'd be going to a Radio Shack, a Best Buy, probably not Bed Bath and Beyond.
I don't know, man. They did have a lot of shit there, but probably not. But it works better with the movie, I think. The whole Beyond.
Well, yeah, it does. But if you're going to say what aged the worst, because
I mean, so that's.
I think they're basically giving away stuff at Bed Bath Beyond nowadays.
Yeah,
all the ones around me keep shutting down.
Well, yeah, ours shut down and turned into a pickleball facility. So there's that.
Well,
I got. I don't really have much else for what age the worst. There's really not like a bunch of crude or lewd jokes that haven't aged well or anything like that. No, I mean, I think it's fine. I also forgot to mention the dog humping scenes. I like that as like a little bit throughout the movie. It's just like, God damn, these dogs are all humping this Sundance duck.
Yeah, it's just funny because every time the duck got horny, Sandler would be like, "Come on, let's go!" Like he
Let's
got
go.
it going too.
And for kind of was like, wow, I wish I had that problem. I don't.
Yeah,
Um, Poking holes. I mean, I don't have too many. I mean, the idea of this is to stretch the imagination. One of the remotes that he picks up when he's getting all frustrated is like a joystick controller.
oh, yeah,
So, like, why did he think that was going to be the TV remote? Um, and that's that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is Twinkies didn't do well after this. I don't know. We'll have to go and check their stock price, or they might have soared. Who knows?
yeah. I'm not sure.
It might
I
have.
mean, I think it's pretty implausible that he was this architect at this giant firm, and he lived in a pretty modest home. Like it wasn't anything
Yeah.
crazy. Nowadays you have an architect, and th- that's going to be one of their rooms, not their whole house.
Oh yeah. True. True.
So if I'm looking for things to poke holes in, even in 2006, he
He's gonna
he
have a nicer house,
he would have. I mean, he was second in line to this giant corporation. So
or maybe third.
who was it? Because what some other guy
Some
that
other guy died, and then he got promoted to CEO after like a day of getting promoted to whatever um, Hasselhoff.
so you probably I mean you just watched it so
Yeah. You got any hot takes?
no I couldn't find any good ones. I mean nothing that we haven't talked about. I mean I you talked a little bit about it that you know Kate Beckinsale didn't think that she thought she would just be more of a supporting role, but she really did have a main role.
I think so, dude. Without her being as engaging as the wife she was, and as doting, like if you watch that movie again, you realize like how committed she is to him and how she's trying and he's just not. And
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go back to your what was your question again?
hottest take.
I'm gonna go back to poking holes if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So this movie, right? Adam Sandler's he's got it all, and I think this sets it up, right? He's got a beautiful wife, he's got cute kids, he's got a stable job, and he's able to do all these things. But what if he didn't like his wife?
Right.
His kids were total jerks.
Right.
Does that change the plot line of like now you're skipping ahead because you just want to get through with life?
Yeah. Then it becomes hot tub time machine.
Exactly.
He's
Right?
going back to get a new life.
But
'Cause-
it only works because he's got all the good things in life.
true.
So
And
not and so
making you,
it
yeah.
does it's not for everybody, right? Because not everybody has everything that they love in their exact moment.
Right.
And they've got to find it and they're in a bad situation. So that's a whole because I think it's not a niche, but there is a unique audience to it as well.
Like that's only going to work when it's somebody who has,
A life worth living, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yep. Fair point, man. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into awards and superlatives. What do you got for best supporting role?
Hasselhoff, man, I think he's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I like Hasselhoff because he's that typical movie like I would say jock, but like the boss, right? So he's misogynistic. Like he just hires these interns that he's like they're hot, aren't they? Like
Aren't they?
yeah, and like makes you work on the weekends, and so he comes off very manly, but then he does have like a personality side to him at times.
Yes.
But then when like it's game on, or he's got to put on this tough guy or like bad boy attitude. So I think he's really funny in the movie.
I'm battling between Walken and Beckinsale. And I think I want to give it to Beckinsale. I just really liked her in this. A lot. A lot.
Yeah, and
Unhealthy amount, actually.
no shame there. So Hoffman, right? I feel like he also has an underrated role because
He kind of does.
of the two kids, his is the one whose storyline follows closely to Sandler's.
Yes.
Where the daughter is like she's aging and she's maturing and all that stuff, which is different but you can see the connection much closer with Ben, right? Is I think is his name.
Yeah.
As the movie goes on, he's like that. He's more and more like me. He's more and more like me. So he's got a unique storyline because he's trying to be like, I've done it all wrong. You need to be doing this. And then he's like, yeah, whatever. I got work to do. I got work. And it's like when he comes back, like I feel like he tries to change that, but more so with Ben because he sees Ben living the same life that he just lived throughout the movie.
Yes.
So I think he's got. We didn't really talk about him much, but he's got a definitely interesting role where without him, the story's a little bit different because yes, you're losing time, but you're not evolving your kids and specifically the son who's following in your footsteps.
True. Well said, Uncle Scooty.
I mean, if I had more than a day to prep on this, Shane, who knows?
Who knows what this man's capable of? Most unrealistic scene, I feel like I don't really need to get into that just because it's, the premise of the movie's unrealistic. But overacting award.
I don't think any of them. I mean, I don't think any of them overacted. Like, I think it's like a really good movie.
Sundance was really
Hasselhoff in times, but what'd you say?
Sundance was really putting out the vibe.
But like, none of them really. They kind of played their roles.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to say, you could say Hasselhoff or
at times, yeah,
Walken a few times for overacting, but like it's kind of their role in this is to be a little over the top and exaggerated versions of themselves.
Yeah. Because I've seen them act that way in other movies, so it's like that's what I'm comparing it to, of them being like, okay, is that how they typically act, or is that just in this movie and they're going way over the top? And I didn't see any of the way over the tops.
No, I mean the closest we get to way over the top is him farting in Hasselhoff's face and him pulling down Sean Astin's pants twice just so people can't see.
But also very funny. So
also pretty funny.
over the top acting would be like, okay, that it's not funny. Like, you tried.
Yeah.
But I cracked up. I forgot about the pants pulling down.
Funniest moment, you're gonna go with the fart in the face?
I think the fart in the face.
I'll ride with you on that one.
Yeah.
Who's the MVP of the movie? So it doesn't mean that they're like the best actor, or it doesn't even have to be an actor. It could be who wrote the movie. It could be the audience. It could be anything. But who is the MVP of the movie?
I think two. I think Winkler and Beckinsale. I think the two of them are yes, the story's about Sandler, but the two of them are the glue pieces. You got the wife that is like trying really hard and trying to be supportive, but also like there's bigger priorities that you have outside of work. And then you got the dad that always wants to be around. And as time goes on, you're losing grip of those two people specifically.
Yes.
And so if you made me pick, Shane, between the two of them, I think only because I love her, Beckinsale, but she definitely plays that role where it's like, hey, if you're not going to give it to me, then I'm going to go somewhere else because that's just, I'm asking and you're not providing that, and I still love you. And it's the story. That's what's making him move forward ahead or pause things or go back and think about it, because it is all central to her because he fell in love with her so early in the movie.
Exactly. Well said, man. I would say that's probably the right move, going with her. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if somebody said Sandler or Winkler, but I like any of those choices. Could Al Pacino, Samuel L. Jackson, Uh, could Tom Cruise be in this movie? Any of the above? I think Pacino could be swapped in for Morty, but he'd be, like I said, he'd be a fucking horn dog the whole time.
No, I mean, I think if honestly, yes, his son's in the movie, but Dustin Hoffman could have been
Ooh.
the the crazy guy, right? Because he gets a little weird in some of those movies, like
Oh, he can get weird.
yeah, Meet the Parents, right? Where he's the
Ain't the
wait, no,
fuck.
that's not him. That's not him.
That is him. That's
That
Dustin.
is him.
Yeah.
Okay, well then yes, yes, I think he could because he could get weird
Place.
enough. He could get weird enough to be like, this guy's a little creepy. He's giving me the weird vibes. Sure.
1000%.
Yeah, so I think he potentially could. But again, I said it before. The casting I thought was really well done.
Could this movie have a sequel, prequel, or a TV show?
Not a prequel. I think it starts where it needs to start.
Yeah,
Um, sequel, you'd be forcing it if you went for click two,
I think so.
because the whole point of the movie is like he doesn't need this. He just wants to be present and spend time. And what are you going to change the movie to something different where he can pause and stop it and rewind? No. So I think no. Maybe a show. I think it could be a cool show. Maybe a remake, one or two seasons that tell the same story, but leave little cliffhangers here and there.
Yeah.
But
Get a
that's
new you get a
about
new
it.
character every
Yeah.
season or something like that. Yeah, you could do something like that.
You can make it a little more comedic too. Like what's the one with I'm blanking Kevin James? It's like older comedy. He's the dad in that family. I'm blanking it. King of Queens. Isn't that? It's not King of Queens. Is that King of Queens?
It is King of Queens, bro.
Yeah.
He's a FedEx driver
Yes.
or
Yes.
UPS driver.
Yes.
What could Brown do for you?
So I mean, I could see a remake there where it's like it's not the lavish lifestyle that Sandler lived, but it is a little bit more modest and
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm full of them, Shane.
Hollywood, call you
Yeah.
boy.
Oh.
Let's see. Weakest link of the movie. Weakest link. Weakest link. Weakest link. Who could we have as a weak link? That's a tough one.
It is a tough one because I mean, I guess you're looking at the guys or girls that are not in there long, like Jonah Hill, barely in there.
Yeah.
The two interns or models or whoever that Hasselhoff hires, like
Yeah.
nobody's forgettables, right?
Very. Yeah.
So I'd say somebody with a small role, but
Yeah.
I
Tiny role person. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Is there best use of a product or brand in this? I mean, I guess Bed Bath and Beyond.
It's got to be Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, it didn't really help him in 2025, but it did in 2006. I mean,
In 2006, people were fucking with Bed Bath and Beyond. It was
well, that's probably the only brand I remember just off the top of my head from the movie.
that and Twinkies.
Yeah.
Twinkies I remember well.
Yes.
Is there a best use of a vehicle in this movie? I don't think so. Unless you want to pick up his butterfly door Lambo that he had.
Yeah, him running over the other car, but I don't know. Maybe when they went to Camp Winnimisaki, what is it called? What was it?
Oh my god!
And they had the van, right? And they did all their. I mean,
yeah,
like a classic road trip vehicle.
Great road trip vehicle.
Winnipisaki, that's what it is.
Would have done best fight scene, but there's not really a fight in here. It's just him pausing and slapping and farting at people. The let's talk cultural impact on it. It kind of gains more of a reputation in the 2010s than it does when it comes out. And I think some of that goes back to we just had a shitload of good movies in the 2000s. Like a shitload. Not as much in the teens. I think that's part of it. But also, with how fucking attached we've all been to phones and working so much, especially our generation, like, it's a great fucking movie to reset on, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think it's tailored more towards the male audience too, and there's not a lot of romantic comedies that do that because I think it's told from his perspective, and I think a lot of guys, right, traditionally they're the breadwinners, so they're the ones working and trying to provide and do all that stuff. That's changed over time, but I think I keep saying it, in 2006 it was made for the dad.
I think so. I think so. I know my dad loves this movie, and
Yeah,
I will. He's very similar to Michael Newman in some respects, where he gets caught up in work stuff, and it's not like he doesn't want to make time for us, or he's all about that when he can. But sometimes it does like drive
yeah,
him to stay busy, and sometimes I would just really want him to take a breath, relax, focus on the stuff that matters, which I think would be the family. Uh,
yeah,
so and I have the same problem, man. Sometimes I get so caught up in work and trying to be everything to everybody else that my family takes a back seat. And that's a shitty feeling. If I had a remote and I could fast forward and see how I'm fucking up the kids and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh man, now I might pay a lot more attention to how I present things and how I do things and talk to them and all that stuff. So I don't know,
yeah.
man. It gives you a lot to think about this movie. A
Uh,
lot.
yeah, and I think it's again more on the guy side. I think it helps you understand balance, right? Because to your point, there's things that you have to do for work because you're trying to achieve a goal. And so sometimes it does take you away from the things that matter most. But it's a balance because then you've got to then see it from the opposite side of things where it's like, hey, I want to spend time with my family because I need to do this in
Right.
order to X, Y, and Z. And I've got to sacrifice work for that. And so I think it's understanding that balance where Sandler never got a chance to recognize the balance. He was always just the work, speed ahead, work, got to get it done, work. And the family was gone
Yeah.
before he knew it. So he didn't know balance. And I know, Chris and I love this movie. We watched it hundreds of times together. And she loves it. She loves the movie, but I know she's not walking away thinking about like, man, how do I not lose time? And me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I, how do I balance time appropriately so I can give work, family, her, everything at the same time? And it's hard. It's hard to do,
Fucking
but
hard to do, man.
it's a thinker. It's a great movie. I mean, I enjoy watching it every single time because you said it. It's a reset. It helps you reset and see what's important.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah.
great reset movie, man. And there's more stuff I'm sure we could dig into and talk about. Um, but let's put a bow on it and let's give this thing our score. So if you had to give it a score from 0 to 10, 10 being all time Hall of Fame Mount Rushmore, where does this movie lie for you? And think about it in terms of the genre that it's in and timing.
Interesting because I think
Grading an NBA player during their time, not today's era.
I think in the time I'd say I think like a 7.4. And not because I think it's a very well done movie, but there are better movies in that time.
Agreed.
I want to keep watching it, but I mean there's some things that we've talked about that are potential flaws or things that maybe the story went on too long or whatever it is, but it's a great movie that I enjoy watching, and I'll watch it. It's like something that I could put on the background, right? But if I was looking at a movie that's like 8.5 and above, like as soon as it's on, I'm locked in.
Exactly. I'm not. I don't have my phone on me. I'm not scrolling and doing
Yeah.
the old like. Pay attention to it loosely.
It's a feel good movie nowadays, right? Like I'll turn it on now and be like, oh, remember that? Like I love that movie. It's so good.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then I go to bed.
Yeah. Well
Eight
said,
point
man.
five. I'm like, I'm locked in. Don't talk to me. Don't text me. Like I need to finish this movie. I've seen it 600 times, but 601's not gonna hurt.
601 isn't gonna watch itself.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I would give it somewhere in that ballpark. Somewhere in the sevens, probably a 7.2, 7.3 for the same exact reasons. It's not. It's a very well done movie at its core. It's got great messaging. It's got great actors and acting to go along with it. It's a nice story. It's got holes, but
Yeah,
every, for the most part, has some kind of holes in it. But it's just like it's not one of those movies that I want to rewatch all the time, because there are pivotal scenes like we've talked about that will just grab my attention and take me out of whatever the hell I'm doing. And so I can't have it on in the background all the time, but it's a fucking movie that hits almost 20 years later.
Yeah.
And it hits more now because I get to feel it from two different perspectives instead of just one, now that I have kids of my own. And I think, for every guy that's our age that's in a similar position, probably resonates with them too. That's my thought.
Yeah, the message doesn't get lost. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you said it a lot, Shane. It's a good reset movie, just to like take a deep breath, and that's what the movie is about. Of like, hey, let's not take life so serious, but let's also focus on what matters the most. And it does. Watching it will be like, oh man, all right, let me reprioritize what I was thinking was important.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's only for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Prioritizing for that.
Yeah. But you're also not watching it every day that week, right? You're like, okay, now I'm thinking, how am I going to put that into action? Exactly. Versus like Dumb and Dumber. If it was on every single day, I'd be watching it.
Hey man, talking about a classic.
Yeah, good one.
High score. It really does. We'll get to that one later. Uncle Scooty, thank you, man. Appreciate you joining me on tonight's episode of the Night Shift. For those of you guys that listened, watched, if you liked it, subscribe, like it, follow, leave a review if you can, read the comments. They're usually poking fun at us. It's fucking great. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's a wrap for the episode. I have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do next. I don't know if you'd be down for it or not.
What's up?
Pretty sure it's 21 Jump Street.
Love it.
Well, we'll explore a little more this week and see if you got time, maybe this weekend coming up, to maybe do a little special session again. You get more time this time too.
When we talk about one-liner, Shane, daily quotes on 21 Jump Street. So when you do it, you let me know, because
all right,
I absolutely want to be a part of that one.
Done and done, my friend. All right, that's it. It's a wrap. Night Shift is clocking out. Peace, y'all.